Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Got a couple of great articles I want to discuss today with you. The Federal Reserve is experimenting with a digital dollar. We do know this, but this is an updated article. And the Federal Reserve is actively investigating DLT and how they might be used for digitizing the dollar. The Federal Reserve Board Governor Lael Brainerd said the U.S. Central Bank has been testing DLT over the past several years and to study what a digital currency might do to the existing payments ecosystem and monetary policy, financial stability, and the banking sector. With these important issues in mind, the Federal Reserve is active in conducting research and experimentation related to DLT and the potential use cases for digital currencies. Brainerd said Thursday at the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco's Innovation Hours the need for immediate and trusted access to funds, noting that recipients of emergency stimulus funds spent them quickly, indicating they urgently needed access. The importance of a resilient and trusted payment infrastructure that is accessible to all Americans, she said, and it's noticeable that after a sharp reduction in spending early, that many households increased their spending starting on the day they received emergency relief payments. So the idea of a digital dollar as a tool to distribute emergency stimulus funds, it's not new, and Congress has been kicking the idea around since at least March. However, no concrete public efforts have been made to create a blockchain-based central bank digital currency in the U.S. But that's where a little bit of conflict of statement is happening, because you have the former CFTC officials ramp up push for digital dollar with the Accenture partnership. The former Commodity Futures Trading Commission CFTC chairman J. Christopher Giancarlo, the former Lab CFTC director Daniel Gorfie, and investor Charles Giancarlo want to take the digital dollar, and they're not waiting for the Federal Reserve. So here's where you're seeing a little bit of conflict in the publicly stated news on the activity that is going on with CBDCs and digital dollar for the U.S. And as Hester Pierce has stated, that there would be a digital dollar before the end of her term. So back into the article here, really what we wanted to highlight is it was a conflicting statement of what we already know to be true, and then to bring up Accenture being connected to digital dollar as being the source for its creation. Because in the recent news, Accenture buys Creative Drive, which is a New York City-based tech-driven content production company that simplifies, automates, and scales the creative asset production process. And the terms of the deal were not disclosed, but yet the acquisition of Creative Drive helped brands meet the increasing pace of digital and commerce channel activation. And it will complement Accenture's existing content, digital marketing, media, and commerce service offerings. And these capabilities provide companies with a comprehensive offering across content creation, production, and distribution. And then Accenture was also named a leader and star performer in IT security services by analyst firm Everest Group. And that article is also from today. The Accenture had been named a leader and emerged as only one of 3 star performers in information technology, IT security services in a recent report from industry analyst Everest Group. The Peak Matrix for IT Security Service 2020 analyzes the changing dynamics of the IT security services landscape and assesses 22 service providers across several key dimensions, and Everest Group's Peak Matrix framework provides an objective, data-driven, and comparative assessment of IT security services providers based on their absolute marketing success and delivery capability globally. And since the last report, Accenture has strengthened its position as a leader, which is characterized by the ability to offer large-scale security transformation and leveraging strong service delivery capabilities. I wanted to share those because both of those articles were new in regards to Accenture, and we know Accenture is the named company to help design the U.S. digital dollar. The BitTrue that we discussed, obviously we do a lot of research and we find a great deal of it, but if someone shares it before I find it myself, I try my best to give them credit for that. So I want to thank the Black Hammer basically for the previous video on the Zenfin information for the BitTrue going live this morning, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock for the UTC. And I meant to give him credit in the video earlier for that, so I wanted to take a moment and do it now. Another one too, Ripple Rich tagged me in an article going right into that, which leads into Congressman Tom Emmer to lead first ever crypto town hall. Minnesota Congressman and chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee, the NRCC, Tom Emmer, announced Thursday that next week he will lead the first cryptocurrency town hall to celebrate innovators leading the development of virtual currencies. And the highlights of this discussion is, according to the announcement made on Emmer's campaign website, the town hall is intended to encourage politically engaged voters to take part in the growing digital asset transformation as the election nears. The event will feature leaders of the blockchain industry, including Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, eToro's Managing Director Guy Hirsch, BitPay CEO Stephen Pear, as well as Block co-founder and chairman Matthew Rozak. The announcement said that the panel will discuss ways to keep the United States on the cutting edge of innovation. And Emmers is a member of the House Financial Services Committee, a ranking member of the Financial Technology Task Force, and co-chair of the Congressional Blockchain Caucus. The town hall event is organized in partnership with the Chamber of Digital Commerce, the CDC-PAC, and the town hall will be held virtually on August 20th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time and is open to the public. There's a link here if you want to come back and click the on the article from the description below. Once you open it, there's a link here. If you're interested, you can click on it and register for the event. And what I want to show you here to remind you exactly who Mr. Emmers is. Let's see if we can rewind this and get it to play.
You familiar with XRP and the efforts of Ripple?
With the distributed ledger technology for their payments?
Yep.
Yes.
There we go. He's talking about Ripple. Now let's get into another one of his.
What about Stellar, which is facilitating cross-border transfers? Are you familiar with that one?
No.
And then one more, and you'll have a pretty good idea of who this guy is.
Companies like IBM are doing work on this too. The Plastic Bank is a pilot program that has proven to be successful in Haiti, where a digital asset is provided in return for cleaning up plastic waste. I mean, they're amazing things.
Okay, so there you have it with Mr. Emmers on who he is, knowing XRP and XLM, and now he's going to be hosting the first ever crypto town hall. Also too, guys, as you know, I try my best to look out for all of us as investors and anything that can help protect us. And then again, as I have come across one company that I'm pretty excited about, as we began to take profits from our investments, there are tax advantages, liquidity, trading 24 hours a day, low cost fees. They are IRS compliant to protect you. So think of something like this, as we often say on this channel. Protect yourself when you start making your dreams come true and you start seeing, as we call it, moon money. Think about keeping it long term instead of going out and spending it and having it all gone tomorrow. Think of how to protect you and your family for long-term future wealth, and so that once you have it, you never lose it. There'll be a link in the description below for you to check out and see if this is anything that fits your needs. I'll leave you with a final thought. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. This is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only, and we will catch you in the next one.